Alright, we are back on What If Humanity Restarted, and I do want to say that, yes, I have definitely been outdated for an episode for a long time on the series. I had another GD phase where GD is the only thing I played for probably around a month. I mean, there was other stuff I played within this time, but it was kind of it was what is the reason why I haven't been making a video on this, but also because I can't be bothered to update the map, but I will update the map. Just not right now. But the next episode, the maps will be updated, and we can actually start using them again. So, what's gonna be happening in this video? Honestly, it's been a month since I made one, so I may get some information wrong, but I think I remember most stuff. So let's just continue over in Asia. The Lime team is continuing to do its sea exploration, and they're going to tolerance. Whoopsie. Okay, let me just fix that. There we go. They will start to rapidly explore. I don't know what sea this is. Some kind of bay over here. The coast off of Vietnam. Anyway, whatever this sea ocean is. Wait. No, not 80. 30. They will rapidly start to expand and even kind of get close to the Philippines, although not. I mean, they're kind of close, not also very close. So, but they will meet up with another side of the island Borneo and take all of this. And yes, it is time for the island Borneo to be discovered. A lot of planning on the Lime team's part, and they are rapidly exploring the island of Borneo, and it's going better. They're just going to discover the whole thing, like straight up. This will also lead to them exploring all of this, and even discovering more and more islands on the coast of over here. Now, I don't know what the seas are like over here. I'm just gonna say they're tropical because I know that this area is a tropical area. But we are getting more and more islands over here being explored very rapidly, and we also have the Timor Island. I think it's called the Timor Island, but I'm just gonna call it that. But that's enough over here. Let's go over to Korea, where they do something, and that's taking over this island. And they will also take over this island up here. Now, how does this make this Japanese country feel? Not too good, because they're literally surrounded by Korea. So if Korea wanted to, they could definitely take them over within probably a month, maybe less than that. So, but Korea won't not be doing that. Instead, we're gonna go back to Russia, as their expansion is not satiated. They will establish a border, completely risk the pink team down here, and the pink team is getting scared. Ukraine is being the most scared out of everyone, because this Russia just formed like a couple episodes ago. How is it being this strong? Or how is it this big? So, anyway, so Russia's gonna keep expanding into Central Asia, and yeah, people are wondering, like the whole world is kind of wondering, like how is the Russian people okay with this expansion? But it's kind of this, it's internal. But every single, well, I don't say every single, but 95% of Russians want their country to be massive and a superpower. They don't have the idea of what a superpower actually is yet. But I mean, the strongest country in the world right now is probably the gold team. And they want to be stronger, so they want to be the strongest country in the world. And Ukraine is probably at this point the second or third strongest. So I mean, who knows what's gonna happen there? Not hinting at anything, maybe. But Ukraine is kind of invading another country. They are literally basically pissing their pants, and they're going to be invading the Orange Team, basically Bulgaria. And yeah, why are they doing this? To show their muscles off to Russia, as in the same reason as over here. So yeah, Ukraine is going to be more being expansionist and basically fully wiping out the Orange Team. The Orange Team does not stand a chance. Uh, we will be making their. This is what we can do. Oh, I didn't put the capital down here. Whoops. I think the capital is right there. Oh, whoops. Why is it? Oh, right. I see. I see why. Something like right there. Yeah, I don't really care. Yeah, anyway. Oh my god. That's vote. Okay. Alright, so yeah, yeah, Ukraine is going to fully take out this nation, and it's going to leave a lot of other countries scared of Ukraine because they've been taking out a lot of smaller nations. Like they've taken out 3 smaller nations, but internally they're not doing so well. So yeah, Ukraine is not really doing the best internally, and that's because of Russia. Thank you, Russia, for making this country not do so well. Alright, let's go back over to Greece, where they want to once again expand their empire, but where? You can't go back. You can't invade these guys because they're an alliance. You can invade this purple team here, but I think they already did that, so they might be on a peace treaty with them. I think. I may be wrong. They can invade the magenta team, but they wouldn't be able to get far. This military is very very good defensively. Like it's probably the best defensive military in the world. That's why the Arabians couldn't even get far going after them. So good luck doing that. So the only option is Egypt, and they know this is a very high ask, and Egypt is stronger than Greece, but Greece is going to basically pummel the military into one spot and try to overwhelm the Egyptians, and then make them look stronger than what they already are, or than they actually are. And they're going to do that right on the spot, and they will pummel all of their forces connecting with their African exclave. And Egypt did not see this coming. They're like, there's no way they would invade us. Like, they're gonna invade this team again. But nope. And they will rapidly start to close in on the Egyptian mainland, but until they either counter attack and Egypt will take over most of this land. And it's clear that this did not work. The Egyptians didn't. They don't care. They're like, we're defending our territory in any way we possibly can. So Greece will look over for allies. They'll go over to Arabia, think, hey, do you want to invade Egypt? They're like, no, we do not want to invade Egypt. We have to focus on ourselves eternally. They'll go to Sudan, and then it will call them out, being like, hey, I'm a weak country. I'm gonna get slammed if you want me in this war. So Greece is kind of out of options. They'll go to the Spanish thing, hey, do you want to help me out in this war? They're like, and they'd be like, what's, no. They're like, no. There's nothing in it for me. So Greece is literally on their own, and that's not going to be good for them because their troops are being cut off and the African areas are being invaded. So Greece is going to be like, hey, Egypt, can we just like ignore this ever happened and like we can just go back to a pre-war status, pre-war borders? And Egypt's like, no, and they will retake all of this land back, and eventually it's going to lead to Egypt. Yeah, the Egypt takes all of the Greek lands in Africa, and now they're like, all right, now we can have peace treaty, and to make it clear that Egypt's like, hey, if you don't accept this peace treaty, where I take all of your African lands, I'm going to invade Malta. I'm going to invade Crete, and then your homeland's next. So they're like, okay, fine, whatever. So peace treaty, kind of a peace treaty, kind of not a peace treaty. Egypt just takes all the land, and Greece is very mad. So Greece will keep building up the military for revenge, maybe. More like a different conflict. But now we go over up to Central Europe, where we have this pink country basically going into civil war. Now, why? Well, them invading these countries didn't set well with their people, and we have a new state, basically a state that is these two mixed. The people of these two X nations are like, hey, it's better if we just exist as one. But we also have the opposition government. We have the opposition government forming a rebellion and them taking all of over here. So we have a pure red team. I'm gonna make this red team a little bit darker. Alright, cool. That's better. So, now you have a civil war. So, let's go into this. We have this whatever this yellow country is, I don't really know what to say about this. Start to invade, but they will be put on the defensive as the pink team goes on the defensive. This red team, though, knowing its geography, is going to immediately storm the capital and get very close to the capital. And the pink team is like, yo, can we just like stop and not have this happen? And soon someone is funding this rebellion, and that someone says to the pink team, like, hey, you better let them, take your capital, or else I'm gonna get involved and I'm gonna do it for them. And this country is being very, very much stronger. Is gonna actually persuade them in the capital falls, and other municipals of this area use this opportunity to get independence. That looks way too close to the gold team. Hold on. Alright, we can no. I'm doing orange country. Okay, you know what? This is fun. Alright, so and other municipals of this country are going to use this chance to take over their respective provinces of this country and get their own independence. So that's the wrong area. So we have this area falling, and the red team seeing this is just going to instantly go over here. And boom, we have a government change, but this is not over yet. As in, someone else is funding rebellions in this red country, and ironically enough, it's gonna be on the border of a very important nation. So take that as you will, but with the chaos in this ensuring, we have another part being a rebellion, and yeah, this has gone to chaos. This is where the war ends. Well, kind of. We have the red team saying that these two areas are illegitimate, and with funding from a certain someone, they will start to invade this area and even partially this country. But they won't get far with a certain someone sending threats to the side that's funding the red team and the red team themselves, and they'll sit in a peace treaty in France to sort out this peace treaty. And this is, I guess you can say, the first, or maybe the first or the second biggest peace treaties, as there's actually going to be borders figured out in this peace treaty. Alright, in the peace treaty, we have the borders looking along the lines of this, and all these new countries are independent nations, and the country that funded the red team is going to go into a secret alliance, a secret military alliance with them, for their own safety, of course, and same with the blue country. Alright, so we have the capitals of the new nations. No thought to where I put them down. Just very simple. The pink team is gone. So now that that's over, we can now go over to the Atlantic, where major stuff is major stuff is going to be taking place. First of all, the union between the English and the Scottish is getting closer and closer, and this is going to become a thing within the next couple of episodes. There's been a union that has really been teased for the last, I think, 3 episodes now, and this is going to be a massive union, not a massive union, but a very important union between the two, as we kind of already see internal things start to very mimic each another. So like the currency of these two are now the same. The government spending are essentially the same. It's getting very, very close to a full-on union between the two. So, let's go over to the events of the Atlantic, because, as you can see, this is we're like roughly halfway of the Atlantic. So now we have the Iberians permanently going over here and taking this island, followed by all these islands over here. And I'm not going to do an awesome job at calling these islands in, because it's basically impossible to get them. But these islands are now owned by the Iberians, and it's going to be a very big, basically the most important islands to these guys for Atlantic travel. So the Scotland is now going to set another voyage from Iceland this time, and they will go from over here. They will travel down. They don't really know where to go. They just said to explore in a straight line until either, they die or they find land. And eventually they make it all the way to Iceland. This is, Iceland. No, Greenland. I'm sorry, I'm stupid. They make it all the way down to Greenland. And, they will immediately start to, very slowly, take over. Well, not take over. Explore this land. But it is very, very cold over here. So, good luck doing this. But they will do a claim on this, and they now own this area, and they are if they can make this journey, they can make this journey. So they're getting extremely close to discovering the Americas, and even Iberia, they're given the same thing, same objective. keep going in a straight line, or rough a straight line, until you either die or you discover land. If we hear back from you, we're gonna assume you died. So that's what they do. They go all over here. They caught in a storm. They swivel around and they're gone. So nice. Good job, Avians. You sentence people to the deaths. Good job. Scotland, though, will on this voyage back. They will take the same pass over to Iceland and communicate their capital and tell them that they found another island. They're unsure how big it is because of how so cold the island is, and they're like, hey, we discovered something. We took land. We are now occupying the land. Get back to England and tell them. England's going to be super happy about the news. England is going to be like, nice, just very good. And England is now going to send out its people on a voyage to, like, on their own pass to help them discover more shipping lanes, like right here. But right here, they do kind of make a new one and then continue and merge with this one. So the English are now over here as well, which to simulate that, I'm also going to give them a claim, but it's gonna be much smaller. So yeah. So now we have 2 European powers inside of Greenland, and they haven't even explored like probably 1% of it. But good luck exploring all of the northern parts, because that's just a death sentence. Looking at you, Iberians, you kind of sentence them to death over here. But the Iberians hear nothing back from them, and they assume the worst, and they're gonna get the worst. But they do know on how far they were able to go. Almost as a communication. They know that they were able to get like another, that's probably around 200 miles, maybe? I don't know. I'm not too sure. So the Armenians will start to make their boats better, as they know that they have a really good chance at finding land. So, that's essentially everything with Atlantic in this episode. We'll have this area being explored just for more area. But now we're gonna go down to Africa. In the final event of this episode, nothing in Asia because Russia was the only Asian event. The Ethiopians are going to massively expand, reaching all the way over to the Tanzanian border and this lake over here. And they will start to take a lot of land all the way over here. And yeah, Ethiopia is huge. Good job, Ethiopia. Let's call this in. And they will start to send their exploration teams to explore more of the African lands, but they will not explore fur, as in they'll explore decently fur. Not much though. And Ethiopia is kind of the rival of Tanzania. And are they enemies? No, they're just kind of like rivals. So Africa is having a lot of powers, although a lot of countries are struggling. Like this country here, there's a reason why this hasn't really done much. It may be big, but a country being big doesn't always guarantee success, as this is once again a struggling nation, like this country here, like this country here. It's not as much struggling, but it is definitely struggling. So that is going to be where this episode ends, and episode 20 is going to be the next big episode. Episode 20 is going to be a massive episode in the series, potentially the most impactful one yet, as the gates are now open for the discovery of North America, and to an extent South America, but I mean, there's not really any country that's really gonna do that yet. Within Asia, there's a lot of discoveries. With the Lime team. So this is going to be a very important episode next on episode 20. And if I had to give a year, I'll say the year is approximately 1700. I would say 1700. Now I know that by that time in real life we already had colonies in America's discovered and essentially colonized. But this world is kind of being slower than our world by a couple hundred years. But that's what I'm going to say. It's the year 1700 right now. And only 300 years away from 2020. The 2000s. So, that's going to be this episode. And next episode, I'm going to try and do these on a weekly schedule again. No guarantees. I kind of went off on like a 1 month hiatus. So, see you guys in the next episode.